Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you have continued to be a subscriber, even though I've done a horrible job at being consistent, then first, thank you. And second, if you have recently subscribed, because I have seen some new people joining, thank you. And I promise to do a much better job so your subscription will not be in vain. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking about what has been going on or why I haven't been posting, because I will get to that in this video in just a couple minutes, and also in the next video explaining a little more. But the short and sweet of it is that this has been my second year of teaching, which has been equally as busy as the first year, and more importantly, Perry and I are having a baby. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, then you already knew that, and you already knew that I'm 8 months along. Yesterday was our 33-week mark, so that has definitely taken my focus for a significant amount of time. However, I am really serious about getting back on track with my YouTube and social media in general, because I do think that it's a great platform, and I also think that I have some little nuggets to share that hopefully you guys will find useful. Okay, so for this video, I'm just going to talk about how I found out and what I think might be some benefits to holding on to the news as a first-time mom, and just as a general sort of precaution, I guess you could say. So first, I found out that I was pregnant in July over a work trip. I was on an elevator and had never previously found or been dizzy on an elevator before, but I got dizzy at that time, and it was like a really serious dizziness, not like a like we just went from one floor to another, but like really something that was noticeable. And because I had never felt something like that before, for whatever reason, the first thought that came to my mind was that I was probably pregnant. And I texted my mom and told her what was going on, and I took a test, and sure enough, I was. Now, Perry and I had planned to wait a little longer, but we weren't really taking the steps to ensure that a baby would come longer. And quite honestly, in hindsight, I think that our baby is coming at the right time. God's time is always the right time, but now I think more so Perry and I both see how great of a time this is for us, but also as individuals, but also as a couple. We are approaching our second year being married, and I think just having a baby has brought us even more close together, and also helped to focus our vision and focus our goals that we had, again, as a couple, but also as individuals. I think that having someone who is completely dependent on you definitely motivates you to be a better person and strive for the things that you want out of life. And we're having a little girl, so more than ever, I sort of have someone that I know is going to be looking up to me, and I really want to do my best to obviously set a great example. So anyway, I took the test and literally just sent him a picture of the test, and I think we were both in shock, honestly, because it's kind of like that naive nature that comes with being young, like you don't think it's gonna happen to you. And when it did, it was just, a crazy feeling. It's hard to explain, knowing that you have a little human that's developing. And after a few other tests just to confirm, we were pretty much set that we're having a baby. Although it was great, it's been a very pleasant pregnancy. I haven't really had any troubles, and I will again share more of that in a subsequent video, more so about things that I feel like were helpful for having a good pregnancy. Although I know some of it is just, whether or not you get lucky. But I do think there are some things that I've done or tried to do at least that have made it pleasant. Anyway, the second part of this video that I said I wanted to talk about was just the benefits of sort of keeping the information to yourself. And obviously I told my parents very quickly and my closest friends, but in hindsight I kind of wish that Perry and I would have been able to sort of share in the joy a little longer, just between the two of us. Having other people know and other people offer their opinions and their suggestions and their questions definitely can be overwhelming and, quite frankly, annoying sometimes. As a first-time mom, especially as a young mom, people definitely have so much knowledge and advice and opinions on what you should do, shouldn't do, and so on, that it can just kind of be, like I said before, overwhelming. And I think that had we sort of shared that knowledge a little later with people, we could have sort of had more time to just simply celebrate and be happy about it. Now, on the other hand, when it came to the gender of the baby, we did, the sort of common thing that's out now, a gender reveal party. And we did find out her gender beforehand and kept that to ourselves, even though we kind of pretended to be surprised at our party. But that sort of made up for it a little bit, for us to just sort of keep the information between us and just know without having to share the moment with everyone else. So that's really all that I'm putting in this video, because I don't want it to be long and full of me just rambling about what's going on and not staying focused on one topic. I'm just going to make sure that our next video, or my next video, will be again talking about how the journey has been, along with tips. But if you guys have more specific things that you'd like me to share in that video, like questions, then feel free to comment them below. I will show you guys just the progression of the bump so far. So like I said, we're 33 weeks, and I guess I'm not as big as I thought I'd be. Like, when you hear people like, oh, I'm 8 months pregnant, I just assumed I'd be so huge. But anyway, again, I'll share more about that in the next video. And thank you for watching.